Hey guys, and welcome back to Pokemon Sun. Following the events at the bridge, we find ourselves back in Iki Town, and, whoa, Kukui looks happy to see us.
Well, I mean, we have had such a successful day so far. We saved the Pokemon, we got saved by the Island Guardian, we broke a bridge that wasn't even ours, and I feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, the first, day this foreigner sets foot in not Hawaii, he starts going around causing property damage.
Well, to be fair, that's typically what I do whenever I enter a new state, so...
Don't even mean to, either, it's just one accident after another. So yeah, this is Lily. She will actually be travelling with us for the better part of the game.
I've heard kind of on and off things about Lily, but I actually really like her. I mean, I don't find her annoying, and, I think she's got some interesting stuff going on. I don't know entirely what's going on with her. I have a few theories based on what I have heard, but I'm trying to keep this, again, relatively spoiler-free. But I actually really enjoy her company, and she's pretty useful, so hey, good on her.
Well, people have to have uses, otherwise they're just annoying, isn't that right, Helldragon?
Yeah, it's just economical when you're dealing with people. It's just, that's kind of the logical way to approach things.
Ah, we have the Alolan form of Ron Swanson here.
Ah, okay. That's kind of reaching, but I also like that kind of reaching, so keep doing that.
It's nice to see actual not Hawaiians wearing not Hawaiian, t-shirts and whatnot, It makes a refreshing change of pace.
Yeah, this is how you know he's a kahuna. He is wearing a Hawaiian shirt. You never see, a kahuna that's wearing, a business suit, which I think would be an interesting change of pace.
Or, I don't know, hot pants or a police uniform. That's just entirely, out of the realms of imagination right now.
Were you just describing, part of the YMCA people? The village people?
You'll see, my friend, you'll see. That's bullshit, but I believe it.
I gotta say, though, it is very appropriate that your protagonist, no matter how they look, no matter how you make them look, it's always you that happens to get saved or, gets part of this prophecy or things like that. Or whenever these kind of things happen in games, it's always your specific character. It's never somebody else that was kind of preordained ahead of time. And I think that's really convenient after a while. After you play so many video games, you kind of get used to it.
I mean, what would be the alternative to that? Sun and Moon shakes, the established Pokemon formula enough as is, by not having gyms and whatnot. You do trials in this game. There's 7 trials, and every time you beat the set amount of trials on an island, you fight the Kahuna, and then you move on to the next island. So maybe you could be the rival in the next game? I don't know, really.
That'd be kind of neat, actually. You never kind of see that situation pop up in, one of the direct sequels to a Pokemon generation, so I'd like to see that.
Oh, Rowlet is adorable. One of my favourite grass-type starters, I think.
Yeah, everybody kind of fell in love with Rowlet, and hey, I did too. I actually have a plush over here, a plush Rowlet that you sent me as a birthday/Christmas present, so it's pretty cool to actually have one kind of physically here.
Now, we are HellfireComms, so take a wild guess as to what Pokemon I'll be picking.
You're gonna pick, fuck, what was the... Tepig again, that's what I was gonna say.
Don't, man. Bad memories. Should have been Fire Dark, but alas, it was not.
However, maybe this particular pick will lead you towards that destiny.
Maybe? Oh, he's adorable. Litten, the lit kitten Pokemon.
I'm glad you made that joke.
You okay over there, mate? You seem to be having a seizure.
I'm never okay when doing this kind of stuff with you.
Now, I believe, the pattern on his head is, the alchemaic symbol for, sulfur or brimstone. Everyone was going crazy for that shit pre-release, and Mexi was like, oh, it's either a coincidence or it was obvious. He's a science nerd. We give the side eye to science nerds.
I actually really like this sequence where it's less of a fact where it's you just pick a starter and they're going to follow you. Here they actually kind of build up the fact that the starter can actually possibly reject somebody, which I thought was really neat. But of course, obviously your starter is going to go with you. But still, it's a nice little touch that kind of starts to establish the whole traditions that drive this game, and I thought that was great.
Yeah, the concept of, people and Pokemon, joining together, becoming stronger through the bonds they create and so on. And this is just very appropriate for a cat Pokemon. How it just sniffs at you and whatnot and considers you before allowing you to give it loves.
That's true. I mean, like, that makes less sense with, like, the owl and the seal, respectively. But Rowlet, you know, he's just so damn cute that I'm okay with it either way. Then it starts squirming like cats do. All right, I'm done.
Okay, it's time to give this little sucker a nickname here. I will be nicknaming all my Pokemon. Feel free to cringe whenever the names pop up.
Hey man, I am ready. I was doing that last time we did this, so...
I can't put 2 L's in, but 1 will suffice.
Oh man, well, if we ever catch a particular Pokemon, I want to tell you what I did to kind of get around the censors that Nintendo unfortunately has with particular names.
Well, keep that in mind. For the time being, we shall be calling our legend Helltiger.
I kind of like this, actually, because it's sort of a play on, obviously, you know, Hell Tiger and El Tigre, which is a Nickelodeon cartoon that was made.
I seem to recall some people wanting me to call him, like, Brimstone and whatnot, and that's also pretty good, because I used to call all my fire types by, like, you know, fiery-related names, like Flare or Furnace and so on. And then I developed an imagination, and my creativity just sparked.
See, that happens when you watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You start seeing so many possibilities.
Oh yeah, everything's a stand, because when everything's a stand, nothing will be.
Hey, I told you I named all my shit after video games, which is like an alternate kind of stand, you know, naming scheme. But I have to say, I am glad you named it Hell Tigre, because it kind of plays into Litten's final evolution down the line, which I may or may not be dancing about in order to avoid potential spoilers.
What do you think about the Pokédex of Generation 7, mate?
I can't really fully comment on it until we get the full upgrade to the Pokédex, you know what I'm saying? But as a whole, it is certainly shaped like a box designed to tell me things.
Indeed.
Passports in this game have an interesting little thing where they kind of, as you're going along, they put like stamps in it to sort of record your journey as you're going on. It acts more like a journal in that sense. I kind of wish it was a bit more comprehensive, that says like, this is what's going on, this is your current objective, things like that. Like a full-fledged kind of, this is an adventure game kind of journal. But it's not a bad change.
I love the new layout to the Alolan Pokédex, though, or just the initial layout to the Alolan Pokédex. Grammar jokes, ha 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 ha. But yeah, you can look at the 3D models and whatnot, which are so detailed that if you're playing on the original 3DS, like I am via this capture unit, the game can sugar at points.
Yeah, if you're playing this on the original 3DS, the game does noticeably have frame rate problems, especially when you take on particular challenges involving more than 2 Pokemon. So yeah, that's kind of the thing you'll have to deal with.
God help you if you're fighting either a Totem Pokemon, more of which later, or 2 Wailords, goddamn.
Now this guy, you know, I admittedly do not like as much as Lily, mostly because I find him one-dimensional and annoying. I haven't beaten the game yet, but I have a feeling that theory's not going to change.
Well, I can't necessarily disagree, but there's something about Hal that makes me like him. Maybe it's his upbeat personality, the positivity he basically flushes out of his body every time he opens his eyes, but he's like a more endearing version of, what was that fucker's name? Barry from Diamond and Pearl, I believe.
Ah, well, I wouldn't know. It's been quite a while. I do have to say, I like how some of the dialogue options in this game just kind of make you, like, they give you an opportunity to be more sarcastic or confused. Like, back there, you can be like, thanks? Which is what I'd picked, naturally, because Hal was like, whoa, back off, dude.
Oh wow, we're roughly about half an hour into the game and getting our first battle. Not quite red and blue when we were in there within 5 minutes, but, you know, as generations go on, more dialogue is included. Very well translated dialogue, by the way, so kudos to the treehouse.
Yeah, isn't the dialogue in this game translated better from, like, X and Y, I've heard?
A little bit less stilted, I felt.
Okay.
Alright, here we go, our first battle.
Pretty much gonna play out the way you expect, but hey, you know, might as well run through the pretenses.
Oh, he has such a bouncy battle theme, does Hal. I kinda dig it.
You see, he stretched more this morning than I did, because as I'm recording this, I'm fucking sore right now from doing some exercises lately.
Yes, he chooses the star that's weak to yours, but don't feel too bad for stomping over him in this first battle. Your hubris will come back to bite you if you allow it to grow, trust me on this.
Now, of course, like with the last generation, each starter starts with a attack. that matches their type, including a Rowlet who gets the very useful Leafage, which is kind of your proto version of Razor Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I like how Stancy's just like, I'm not really sure about this anymore.
Oh, not smiling anymore now, are you, How?
You know, I've tried to throw fire at birds once, did not work out. It did not play out like it did in Pokemon, so personally I was very disappointed.
You may have noticed that trainers actually stand on the field in battle, which, this is the power of the 3DS.
It's a very simple addition, but I actually really like it because they're standing there, they're watching what's going on, they make gestures when their Pokemon attacks. You know, it kind of gets me into it a bit more. I like it.
Yeah, the battles feel more intimate, let's say.
Well, I'm not sure if intimate is the word I use to describe it, I guess when you're considering certain traders, because, ooh, man.
Chicken skin is another, like, Hawaiian idiom, I believe. We would say, that gave me goosebumps.
Oh, my backpack, it's starting to evolve. Let me press B real fast.
Daddy wants to look at pretty stone. Give.
Listen, I've seen this kind of stone before. You can get a pretty good price on it on eBay. I can set one up for you. We have our Alolan eBay over here.
It's funny you say that, because there is actually a store in the game that sells pretty rocks and whatnot.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. It's where you get a couple of the fossil Pokemon, I believe.
Ooh, I need to get me a fossil Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta hold my belt in place, you never know. Grandpa's just kind of rocking back and forth in that weird way. You okay? You didn't have too much to drink? Lily, what are you chatting with Kooky over there? I'm sorry, I probably got his name wrong, like, immediately.
Kukui, mate. Banjo and Kukui.
I think Kooky sounds a lot more fun, though. I don't know, I'll probably alternate.
Well, he was written a lot better than that. He's not too zany. He kind of straddles the line, but he's also a decent Pokemon trainer as well.
Yeah, he's not bad, like I've said before. I mean, I certainly don't hate him.
I mean, it's literally just a hill that you walk down and I'm back by my house, which is like prime real estate, by the way. It's like right by the beach and whatnot. In fact, the only house that's closer to the beach is the professor's lab.
Now, I do have to say that depending on the version that you have, oh hey Nevi, depending on the version you have, it will actually, depending on what time your system clock is, the day will reflect accordingly. Like, if you play Sun, and you play it in, like, the morning, it's gonna be morning. But, if you have Moon, and you're in the morning, and you play it, it will actually be night. It's actually 12 hours ahead, which is a simple little touch, but I like it.
I'm still kind of, like, torn as to whether that was a good idea or not, because, man, there was a lot of complaints, like, pre-release, mostly by, you know, Moon owners, but, you know, that's what you get for choosing the inferior version. Triggered.
Yeah, mainly I kind of picked Sun just because it seemed to have more Pokemon in it that I wanted. I may or may not regret that down the line. I will have to tell.
Oh, which one? Which one?
Well, because it's cute, of course. Rowlet wasn't... I like Rowlet, but he's more cute than cool, I have to say.
Well, she says both anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, that's because Mom's just trying to, you know, get in with her kid and do all the kid things, you know. It's like, oh, you have Pokemon, that's so rad.
Hello, fellow Pokemon trainer. Oh, two cats, they're gonna fight.
They would probably fucking fight. Oh, which I thought was funny, like, you know, when I picked Rowlet and Meowth didn't, like, flip his shit because it's a bird.
Yeah, well, don't know how he'd react if Poplio came up in your residence, but yeah, funny to see, I guess.
And then Meowth would be like, alright, I guess.
Another day, still no job. Mom's gonna go drink now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get that job. And hey, Mom, why didn't you make dinner last night? I know we just got our Pokemon, but I'm still hungry.
If that's Kukui, I will not be surprised. He seems to be coming over a lot these days.
That's true. What are you trying to do, Kukui? I mean, like, I know my mom's presumably single.
Hey, he's a married man and he's faithful, okay? He is pure.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Meowth, eat your fucking food. I put it out this morning. I don't care. You've liked this flavor before. I'm not buying you anymore.
Yeah, you see, you're not getting the Alolan food, okay? You gotta adapt to the climate first, otherwise you'll get sick.
Yeah, I'm not buying that off-brand shit. I'm sorry.
I'll be here, doing what I always do, packing stuff away.
Hey, did you pack us a bag lunch over there, Mom? Because I'm, like, famished right now.
No, honey, it's just for decoration, actually.
Yeah, Meowth's gonna be such a helpful asset unpacking everything.
Just a little bit of a side note, I seem to recall you saying last time that Meowth, the Team Rocket Meowth, is the only one that can stand on two legs. I believe you may have forgotten that pretty boss Meowth that wears the hat and boots.
Yeah, because I don't fucking remember that one, probably.
That's from the Hoenn Pokemon League, I believe.
Oh, okay, alright.
I guess we'll play Follow the Kukui.
I gotta run everywhere now. Man, if only I could ride Pokemon, that would be awesome.
Yes, this is grass. Pretty much the same as Kanto grass, to be honest.
Well, grass doesn't really differ that much by region, I would think. Well, okay, maybe in the real world it does, but...
Jesus, this grass expert sitting out there in the audience fucking fuming right now.
Man, I have watched grass grow so often, and I can tell you that depending on the region, it grows different ways.
I don't know about you, but I felt the encounter rate was a bit heavier than in prior Pokemon games. You seem to say it was a bit less, so conflicting reports maybe.
Well, you have to remember that because of the fact you can avoid patches of grass a lot more often in this game, it would make sense they kind of bump up the encounter rate a little bit for patches of grass so you can reasonably encounter stuff and, you know, try to fight and capture them.
Rockruff here, probably one of the better designs of Gen 7. He is actually a rock type, which is pretty unique.
Depending on the version you have, it will actually evolve into one of two different forms. Sun, I believe.
Midday form, I think.
Yeah, midday form. Rough rock. Fuck. Trying to bring up the wiki here super fast. But, the midday form, is a wolf. And then the other, version of the evolution is another wolf. So, I'm just glad I laid that out for you.
There you go. Well, first of all, it's Rockruff, not Rough Rock. Second of all, you're thinking of Lycanroc.
Oh, yeah, that's the name of the evolution. Yeah, I got a useless bird that I'm never gonna use. Alright.
Well, you say that, but I think one may be joining our team very shortly.
Ah, yes, that's true, because actually, I have gotten good results with that particular bird, and he's kind of in my team all the way, so to speak.
Well, his final evolution is the angriest Pokemon to ever exist.
I don't know. Is there a Pokemon angrier than Primeape? Because I think one of the Pokédex entries, which are increasingly dark as you go throughout this game, by the way, I think one of the entries is that it dies out of anger. It hates itself to death, which I thought was pretty metal.
Well, I'm paraphrasing it, but it's like, it's always angry. Sometimes it can become so angry that it dies. Only in sleep does it look peaceful.
Yeah, that's pretty much a V in a nutshell. Once again, he's just letting this kid that just barely got to this island kind of wander around in the grass and get himself in trouble. I mean, I get it. Like, it's certainly not like how we do things over here where we're scared if they, like, fall out of line with the schedule or maybe, like, take the subway by themselves or things like that. Here, they're just kind of more free-range kids, I guess.
Aw, so cute.
Yeah, I better beat it up and take it forcibly onto my team.
Go, cat! Attack bird for massive damage.
I wonder what the types would be in real life. They have cat type, bird type, dog type, obviously.
I think everything would be normal type, because it'd be pretty odd to see a normal animal having elemental attributes.
Although, that would be kind of neat. You know, one day you're just walking your dog, another dog comes by, you know, somebody is walking them. And then after they sniff butts, they fire, you know, hyper beams at each other.
Yeah, pretty odd. Although hyper beam is a normal type move, so...
Maybe they could do attacks by, like, weapon type, you know, like slash, blunt, that kind of thing. I don't know.
What do you think of Peaky Peck, then, mate?
I actually really like Peaky Peck and the evolution line. I've spelled this guy's name wrong so many times, though, when I'm talking about him on Twitter. But apparently the final evolution, though it kind of has crap speed, is worth it in other ways, so I'm looking forward to getting that.
He's pretty much like the Pidgey line, or whatever the fuck the line was in Gen 2. Oh, like Hoot Hoot and Noctowl. That sort of thing. You know, he's the regional bird, basically.
Yeah, this regional bird is not that bad. Like, I think I've found worse. I'm trying to think of the one I actually dislike the most, but this one isn't bad. Oh, fuck off.
He will become the angriest Pokemon known to man.
Not even a fucking dragon type? You're gonna get it with a fucking bird? Come on, dude.
That's way too good for you. Okay, now excuse me while I tend to my kitty over here.
This is returning from the previous game, and this game is called Pokemon Refresh. You can give them Pokemon Beans to raise their affection. You can, like, brush stuff off of them, dry them off. You can actually cure status ailments in this mode, which is a really useful feature when you don't have the item you need. I mean, like, I get the idea, you know, you're just kind of playing with your Pokemon, kind of spending time with them, and in terms of reinforcing the theme of that, you know, Pokemon is supposed to work together with humans, it's great, but me personally, it just kind of, after a while, I'm like, alright, I just want to continue. I know you want pets, I love you too, but we have shit to do, alright, guys?
Well, you don't have to do it.
Well, I mean, I should, because, I mean, they're my crew, my guys. I mean, I want to give them a good treat every now and then.
Oh, Kitty wants pets and he liked pets.
Oh, Tom's gonna nerd out throughout this playthrough about his cats.
Yeah, I'm a cat lover.
Yeah, I like cats too, although the current cat I have right now is admittedly very skittish, but oh well.
Alright, we're gonna put THD in the first slot, because until we get EXP share, which actually comes pretty early in the game, I would say even earlier than X and Y, although feel free to do the comparisons for me, obviously, I've got a playthrough to run here. Yeah, we're just gonna keep THD in the first slot and then switch him out, you know, the old-fashioned method. We'll see you next time for more Pokemon Sun antics.